Welcome to this short film over such an extensive subject, the American lifestyle in Lista. As I started to gather information and conduct interviews for my upcoming film, I met Jan Tidemann Jørgensen, owner of his 1971 Cadillac Eldorado. He encouraged me to read 2 books of the author and ethnologue Siv Ringdahl, The American Lista and Lapskaus Boulevard. Siv inspired me to push forward, seeking material for my film. It was enlightening and educational to read the lives and events of the people and the journeys that they made between Norway and America. I highly recommend reading her books. And I wanted to ask her what inspired her to write them and what satisfaction she achieved from them.
Well, what inspired me to do research about emigration from Lista to America and how that affected Lista was that I grew up hearing a lot about America. My grandfather, he was born in Brooklyn. He was only 2 years old when he came to Norway, but when I was growing up we used to have turkey sometimes, and I used to dress out in dresses that my mother got from America after Second World War. And well, America was kind of part of everyday life. When I moved to Oslo and got new friends from all over Norway, I realized that that wasn't as usual in other parts of Norway as it was on Lista. So that inspired me to write the masterpieces about this. Well, Amerikakofferten, or Elvis at Great Grandma's, that was a project that I managed a couple of years ago, where me and the County Museum of Vest-Agder cooperated to make a project where we involved school kids. So we went to 4 junior high schools in Vest-Agder and 163 students. We cooperated with 163 students, and what they did was that they went home to their grandparents or neighbors or friends, and they asked them about their relations with America. And a lot of these students, they were grandkids of returned migrants. So like on Lista, I think it was almost 40% of the kids that had grandparents that lived in America after the Second World War, and then they came back home. And over the last 10 years I've been working with the Americanized Lista in several ways. I've made 3 exhibitions. One of them visited New York and Iowa in 2007, and I've written 2 books. The first book was about the Americanized Lista, and the second book is about the Norwegian colony in Brooklyn, New York. So if you're interested in the issue, you should buy the books, and good luck with your film.
Sometimes it's heaven, sometimes it's hell.
If you are out traveling in your car and want to set your GPS car computer to locate Brooklyn Square, it is not likely that you will be directed to downtown Vanse. But, in fact, today this has become a reality. The name Brooklyn Square came up as a genius idea of a woman named Liv Siri Jølle. On one Thanksgiving's Day, she created a contest to rename the area. Bård Vedal won the contest by coming up with the name Brooklyn Square. Svein Arvid Skårdal, owner of the 8th Avenue Bar and Supper Club, contacted a former New York City police officer living in Kristiansand, Reno Bergman, to travel to New York, and returned with the sign under his arm. There's a photo showing the mayor attaching the Brooklyn Square sign on the building in Vanse. A lot has changed in downtown Vanse. It once consisted of a bus station, shoe and clothing shops, and a snack bar. Fortunately, some clever and enthusiastic idea makers took over several locations and created a service center based on American culture, food, furniture, and their environment. This pleased many Norwegians who had made Brooklyn their home and who had adapted to that lifestyle. Living the American dream found a place in many a heart, and it continued even after they returned home again. So, if you're longing for the USA, take a trip over to Brooklyn Square, where you can satisfy many of your needs. At the 8th Avenue Bar and Supper Club, enjoy a fine meal, a good cup of coffee or other refreshments, while you pass the time with friends and family, reminiscing the good old days from over there. On many a night, there's music and dancing played by well-known local bands. Also visit Christina Lyngsvåg at the Trunken, an international local department store next to the 8th Avenue Bar and Supper Club. Here you can browse of American food, items, furniture, gifts, books and souvenirs. And you can also choose many of the items you remember from the States. Cake mixes, sweets, canned of jar foods, and you'll get the excitement of reviewing the memories that are connected to them.
Ned med flyttar.